In this video, we'll look at exponent laws, or in particular one exponent law. We're going to look at the product rule. So, as an example, what we'd be looking at is taking, say, 2 to the third times 2 to the fourth. So if we think about this, we can think of this as 2 to the third means that we're taking 2 times 2 times 2. And that's that. And then if we take 2 to the fourth, well, that'd be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So one way we could think about this is if we look at this entirely, how many 2's do we have? Well, we have 7 2's. 2 to the 7th power. Now, a shortcut, and this only works if this base number, this 2, which is called an exponential base, is the same. If the bases are the same, then we can just add the powers. So in this case, 2 to the 3 plus 4, which is 7, if we wanted to take a shortcut. So let's take a look at an example while we're letting that kind of sink in. I'll show you now how you can just use the shortcut, and then I'll show you the long way around, just to kind of iterate the point. So if we're looking at this, following our rule, we should get 3 to the 7 plus 4, which would lead us to believe that's 3 to the 11th power. Now, this would be our shortcut method. If we were to go the long way, which is fine, we'd have to rewrite this as, okay, this is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, 7 3's, and then we have 4 more 3's that we're multiplying by as well. So grand total, we should have 11 3's, 3 to the 11th power. Now, I think the shortcut method is simpler, but this method with writing it all out does help. Now, if you're talking a ridiculous number of 3's, if we're talking 3 to the 52nd power, we may just want to use the shortcut. It would save us some ink. So another way it can be useful is if we're looking at a variable. If we're looking at something, let's call it x to the 7th power, and we're multiplying it by x to the 9th power. Again, we can apply our shortcut here. So this would be x to the 7 plus 9. Since the base is the same, I can apply the same thinking, which would mean that we have x to the 16th power. Now, I could draw out all the x's and all that, and we'd still get to the 16. Now, something that's worth noting. If we have, say, x to the 4th times y to the 7th, I cannot combine these. This does not become xy to the 11th. That's not the case. Likewise, different example, if I have 2 to the 3rd times 3 to the 4th, well, this does not become 6 to the 12th. We can't combine anything with different base numbers with multiplication. It's worth noting. There are no rules for these two cases that we have yet. So for now, if we're multiplying, we have same bases. So as long as that number is the same, then we can just add the exponents, so long as we're multiplying.